Welcome into the Locker Room presented by Ted's Floors and Beyond. I'm your host, Namath Pitts. Happy Tuesday and happy 2024. That's right, it is officially a brand new year, which means we have a lot of brand new content coming for you guys in the coming months as we get into baseball, softball, track and field, soccer. But right now, it's still basketball and wrestling season right here in East Alabama, and we continue to move on as we preview the Calhoun County Wrestling Tournament. We're going to talk Holiday Hoops Classic from Hefli High School. We're going to talk about Oxford's Jalen Alexander, talk about some of the top performers in the Gadsden area. We've got a great show full of basketball and wrestling today as we start on into 2024. Again, if you have not liked and followed our East Alabama Now page, we tell you every single day, make sure to press that follow button, hit that like button, make sure that you share us so that you don't miss a show. We're here every weekday, Monday through Friday at 5 p.m. Also, we broadcast live events. We've done wrestling a couple times this season where we've broadcasted tournaments, quads, you name it, we've been on top of it. Great day of wrestling taking place right now. We'll talk more about that on EAN News tonight at 6:30 p.m., where I'll bring you your local preview of basketball games for the area today, bring you your local preview of wrestling. Mike Stedham and Katie Edwards always bring you your local news. And then John Holder's actually gone today. He's in Pasadena licking his chops just like us after a tough Alabama loss last night to Michigan. So he's off today, so weather will be filled in by Jordan Smith. So make sure to check out EAN News tonight, where we talk all local sports with my local sports on EAN News. Mike Stedham again, Katie Edwards with your local news, and then Jordan with your local weather tonight. John Holder will be back as the week progresses. There was something really cool that happened over Christmas break. Things have been kind of up and down, a little inconsistent over the past 2 weeks due to traveling for holidays. I was out of town for basically all of this holiday season and will be on the road working the rest of the week after tomorrow. So it's a very busy time from Christmas into the new year. But there's always a lot of things that develop and happen that you might miss. And one of those things that we hope you didn't miss was Oxford's Jalen Alexander, who is a sophomore basketball player for the Yellow Jackets. He is now officially going to be known as Mr. 1000. Jalen Alexander, you see him right there, Mr. 1000. He's right there in the middle. His father, Stephen Folks, is to the left. His mother, Misty Alexander, is to the right. Every successful team features someone who leads by example. Someone the team knows shoulders the responsibility of being the risk taker, the shot maker. When the game is on the line, they get the ball. Someone who accepts responsibility for failure, yet credits his teammates for success. Without such a person, team dynamics can slip into chaos. Oxford sophomore guard Jalen Alexander celebrating right there after scoring his 1,000th career point against Shiloh High School of Snellville, Georgia, back just over Christmas break in December. He is the youngest player in school history to reach this mark. Some players are blessed with just genuine basketball skills that you can't teach, but Alexander possesses lightning-quick hands, an explosive first step, accurate quick release with his jump shot, and razor-sharp passing skills. Despite such talent for hoops, basketball was not even the first sport that Alexander fell in love. He was more of a football guy, and he even tasted success as a quarterback, and if not for the fate, might have never gone down his current path. He had surgery when he was in 7th grade from football, and that's when he came back and kind of stuck on basketball. While the current culture tells people to point fingers and blame others, he has grown into a leadership that sometimes involves waiting your turn. Playing on travel teams, Alexander's growth as a player included learning from older teammates, more of a family unit. And without support from others, especially siblings and parents, finding success can be elusive. Jalen's 14-year-old sister Jordan, 14-year-old sister Jordan, then his 21-year-old brother Zaywan, and then his mother Misty Alexander, I can't talk today, 2024, I see my wording skills is still bad, but then his dad and his mother all played an important role in his growth as a player. He inherited his athleticism from both his parents, who played basketball, as well as his brother, who started for Sachs High School. And I got to tell you, This guy is as good as you get. His effort is top notch. His leadership skills rewarded. The AHSA even rewarded him the Male Athlete of the Week not too long ago. He currently ranks 5th in the state. He leads Oxford in scoring average with 23.3 points a game. He also leads the team with 6 rebounds, 5 assists, and 2 steals a game. Most sophomores lack maturity, and they lack the maturity in understanding the responsibilities attached to leadership. But this guy is different. He is a major factor. He is a game changer, and he is the future of the Oxford Yellow Jackets basketball program. And I can tell you right now, there's a lot of excitement. Obviously, you have seniors T.J. Allen and Jaden Lewis that returned for Oxford here recently to make out a very talented team this year that feels like they have a chance to make a run in Class 6A. But to think that you get 3 years of this guy and Jalen Alexander, the future is bright. And so congratulations to Jalen Alexander, the sophomore, on being Mr. 1000, on scoring his 1,000th career goal. Over Christmas break, you have a lot of really good tournaments that take place. There's always a lot of big Christmas tournaments, but none are bigger than the Holiday Hoops Classic at Cleburne County High School. And this year, the champion was one that is familiar with playing in that gym during Christmas time. It's the Central Clay Vols. They won the Holiday Hoops Classic for the boys. Josh Giddens' bench got more full this week, and Death provided their decisive win over Weaver. Most valuable player, Kevin Cherry, scored 10 of 11 points in the second half. The Vols erased a 7-point halftime deficit as they beat Weaver 58-52. The victory gave Central Clay boys a repeat championship in Heflin. It also gave the Vols a sweep, with the girls having beaten Randolph County earlier that Friday. The boys improved to 11-2 on the year. The girls improved to 11-3. Central Clay's boys got deeper as Calvin Simmons returned after having Tommy John surgery, and Cherry came back from a fractured collarbone. Death proved to be decisive for Central Clay County as it had its best over Weaver in the second half, winning the half by 13 points. Keyshawn Allen led Weaver with 13 points. Caden Gooden added 11 points with 3 three-pointers. And Gooden's last 3 from the left corner drew Weaver within 3 points with 2 minutes left to play. Weaver beat Cleburne County and beat Randolph County to get to the finals, and Coach Wynn said it was great. He told his boys when they came in, they all earned the right to play for a championship, and they came up just short. Other games at the Holiday Hoops Classic, Faith Christian defeated Randolph County 48-39. Carson Harris led the way with 18 points as Faith Christian finished 2-1 during its stay at Heflin. Their lone loss was by 2 points to Central Clay. Harris hit Faith's 10 three-pointers. He hit 4 of Faith's 10 three-pointers, and Ohatchee beat Ranburne 47-43. They rallied from a 17-point deficit in the third quarter to end Heflin's stay. Just great tournament for Ohatchee as well. And then again in the girls, it was Central Clay County getting the sweep in the championship. They beat Randolph County 53-42. Central Clay's girls have been regulars in this tournament. They had basically been runner-up before, but finally champions. Their most valuable player was Maya Lindsay, who scored 10 points. Central Clay completed a 3-0 run through the 2023 version of the tournament, taking the trophy back to Lineville. Congratulations to Central Clay on the sweep at the Holiday Hoops Classic. It's 2024. Wrestling continues. It's January, which means it's almost that time. Sectionals and state are almost here. Don't go away. When we come back, we're going to preview the Calhoun County Wrestling Tournament, which is taking place tomorrow. Don't go away. You're watching The Locker Room, presented by Ted's Floors and Beyond.
Ted's Floors and Beyond is excited to introduce our all-new outdoor living collection. Have you ever dreamed of elevating or even creating an outdoor living space, whether it be for grilling, lounging, playing, entertaining, or just winding down? Our quality tile and stone, combined with our expert craftsmanship, will no doubt create unforgettable outdoor moments with family and friends, while also enhancing the beauty and value of your home. Call us today.
Ted's Floors and Beyond brings you the locker room each and every day. Ted's Floors and Beyond has all your flooring needs, whether it's hardwood, laminate, carpet, tile, luxury vinyl. They have it for you right there at Ted's. You can go by their showroom there in Anniston and you can pick out what you like, want, and need, and they can do that there at Ted's. Also, they've got their partnership with Welborn Cabinet and will offer you a complete kitchen or bath makeover. That includes cabinets, countertops, flooring, backsplashes, tile showers. They can get it done there at Ted's Floors and Beyond. And now they offer you work on your outdoor space, whether it's an outdoor kitchen, patio, or living space. They have specially made outdoor tiles and stones that can enhance your outdoor experience. So go by and see them today at their showroom in Anniston on Highway 431, right before you get to Sachs Elementary School, or visit them online at shopteds.com. That is shopteds.com. Ted's Floors and Beyond brings you the locker room. We continue on this Tuesday afternoon as we look forward to tomorrow. Tomorrow is Wednesday, January 3rd, which means it's time for the Calhoun County Wrestling Tournament. And we have got the full preview for you guys. The Calhoun County Wrestling Tournament features 9 schools that are right here in Calhoun County. The Alexandria Valley Cubs, the Ohatchee Indians, the Oxford Yellow Jackets, the Piedmont Bulldogs, the Pleasant Valley Raiders, the Sachs Wildcats, the Walter Welborn Panthers, the Weaver Bearcats, and the White Plains Wildcats. Now, this tournament is going to be hosted and it's going to be wrestled at White Plains High School. That's where the tournament's going to be at. Coach Todd Manning's team is the host school this year, which means they'll pack into that gym in White Plains tomorrow and wrestle it out to figure out who's going to be a champion, who's going to bring home a gold medal, who's going to bring home a trophy. Now, last year it was Alexandria who brought home the 2023. Weird saying that. It's 2024. Crazy. They brought home the 2023 Calhoun County Wrestling Tournament Championship when they scored 167 points. For Oxford, they finished second with 156.5 points. Weaver got third with 154 points. Sachs got fourth with 107. White Plains got fifth with 94 points. Piedmont got sixth with 89 points. Ohatchee was seventh with 86 points. Pleasant Valley was right after at 70.5. And Walter Welborn finished at the bottom with 51 points. Now, looking at the defending champion Alexandria, they have a couple guys that know a lot about winning from a year ago at the county tournament that are coming back. Hudson Hartzog, Preston Jones, Jaden Whitaker, Caden Birchfield, Caden DeLine. Again, a lot of talented guys for Alexandria that were a part of the county championship a year ago that are coming back, that are going to try to do the same thing that they did a year ago, which is repeat as champions. Now for for Oxford, again, they also have some good guys in Carl I. Hubbard, Ethan Horn, Tristan Williams. They have got Caleb Tenner at heavyweight. Those are a couple of guys when I look at Oxford that really make this team a dangerous team who's gotten better. They lose, obviously, Garrett Howell, Colin O'Neill, and Xavier Duramis are guys that are not in the lineup this year. For Oxford, for Alexandria, they graduated. Stacy Jenkins and Jacob Cromer, so those guys are not with them. So that's Alexandria and Oxford. Now for Weaver and the Bearcats, they lost a couple of guys, Joshua Johansson, Anthony Ushery, but they've got another really good lineup. Dalton Fink, Coach Kel Fulmer's come in down there, Gianluca Torres, Deshaun Kirby Barnes, Hunter Heiss, Caden Thornton, Brandon Jolliffe, a couple really good guys for Weaver that have also, and then it's guys like Brown who have stepped in this year and done really well for the Bearcats. So that's another one of those teams. Again, Weaver's going to be right there contending for Coach Fulmer. And for Sachs, you lose Trent Hopkins, you lose Pearson. I think people kind of look at them. You look at Tristan Garrett, who just dropped to 108, are going to be a really big, strong 108 for them. And that's kind of the guy for Sachs right now is Tristan Garrett in terms of scoring points. For White Plains, you lose Luke Campbell, but Mason Hom and Tanner Gerald is still there. Lyric Brown's going to get you some points. Tanner Stevens is definitely a good wrestler. Wesley Beebe's probably one of their most improved wrestlers. Same thing with Hudson Inglesby, who's a freshman now at heavyweight. So couple guys to keep an eye on right there for White Plains as well, being the host team, looking to turn some heads. For Piedmont, Miles Bailey at 106 is arguably one of their best wrestlers. Obviously, Christian Melendez has been good for them this year. Isaac Bailey's been really good for them this year. So, I look at this team. They lose Krishan Gurley, Devontae Smart, Chase Jenkins, but still some really talented guys for Coach Bragg's team, who's also looking to make some noise in the county tournament this year. For Ohatchee, it's been getting healthy. They haven't really been healthy this season for Coach's team. They haven't really been healthy at all, and that's kind of been what we've been talking about, is getting healthy for Ohatchee. Can they get healthy at the right time? And Coach Finley's talked about that. Briley Carter's finally back. Fisher Cannell's been an improved guy. Jackson Tua Lasanga has been really good for them. They lose Cody Freer, obviously, lose Matt King, but still another team that Jesse Basil's a guy. It's kind of a first-year guy, but brings a lot of explosiveness, a lot of athleticism to this team. So something to keep an eye on for the Calhoun County Wrestling Tournament. For Pleasant Valley, it's kind of been Barron House has kind of been that guy. Connor Crump. They lose Zane Cash, Zeke Curvin. They lose Austin English, but still some good guys for Coach Nick's team as well that's looking to turn some heads. And then for Wellborn, I don't see them finishing ninth this year. I think they're so much better. Jerry Lopez, Xander Wilson, one of the most improved wrestlers for Wellborn, Noah Screws, Dylan Murdaugh, Andrew Salter, Zach Presley's been decent, or been really well for them as well. Ethan Carroll, them two have flipped. Carroll down at 97 recently. You had Presley at 215. So Wellborn's kind of been able to adjust Carroll and Presley, and that's kind of a 1-2 punch there where they've scored some points. And so Wellborn's certainly one of the most improved teams I feel like you're going to see this year when it comes to the county wrestling tournament. So that action's going to be tomorrow at White Plains High School. We'll have highlights of that come Thursday right here on the Locker Room, presented by Ted's Floors and Beyond. Hey, we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to talk basketball in the Gadsden area. A lot of great performances over Christmas break. We're going to recap all the action. Do not go away. I'm Namath Pitts, and you're watching the Locker Room, presented by Ted's Floors and Beyond.
Ted's Floors and Beyond is excited to introduce our all-new outdoor living collection. Have you ever dreamed of elevating or even creating an outdoor living space, whether it be for grilling, lounging, playing, entertaining, or just winding down? Our quality tile and stone, combined with our expert craftsmanship, will no doubt create unforgettable outdoor moments with family and friends, while also enhancing the beauty and value of your home. Call us today.
For metal buildings in Alabama and the Southeast, Waldrop Manufacturing is your one-stop source. A Waldrop metal building provides the coverage and protection your investments need. They specialize in carports, RV covers, portable buildings, and storage buildings. Stop paying rent for storage. With Waldrop's price per foot, you can actually save money by buying straight from the manufacturer. Waldrop buildings are guaranteed because Waldrop manufactures buildings with U.S. steel right here in Calhoun County. Waldrop Manufacturing, serving the entire Southeast. Give them a call today. For over 60 years, Oxford Lumber has been servicing our area, and our customer service has always been our main focus. Our customer service is what sets us apart from anyone else. From the moment you enter, our highly trained staff will treat you like family.
To enthusiastically provide total customer satisfaction within a positive and self-fulfilling employee relations environment. Visit us at any of our 4 locations or at oxfordlumber.com.
Since 1993, WM Grocery has been a major part of our local community. WM offers the very best in fresh produce and an outstanding meat department. WM also has many local products not found anywhere else and fresh sushi every day. If you need an event catered, come see Mrs. K at any WM store. Curbside pickup is also available for your online grocery orders. Be sure to download the WM app for all the deals of the week and shopper rewards. Go check them out today at any of their locations.
We take pride in our community and appreciate your business.
Welcome back into the Locker Room as we continue on this Tuesday afternoon, 2024. Man, I'm excited to see what God does this year. We're excited to be with you today. So thankful for the Locker Room. So thankful for this incredible job with East Alabama Now. Incredibly thankful for my 2 amazing bosses, and Nathan and Ashley Gober. They really are, guys, the ones that bring the juice. They're the ones that make this happen, that do all the things that you see. And so this would not be possible without them. And it certainly wouldn't be possible without our sponsors. So we want to thank all of our sponsors that continue to make the Locker Room happen each and every day. And you can join us. And maybe you're a local business owner and you're saying, hey, I'd love to be a part of the Locker Room. Well, we have packages available that we would love for you to join us as we look to bring great local content to the East Alabama area. And again, we have EAA News every night. Great local news. Mike Stem and Katie Edwards do a phenomenal job at bringing your local news. John Holder has your local weather. Not tonight. Jordan Smith's filling in for him today. As John Holder's on his way back from Pasadena, California. And then I'll bring you your local sports where we preview all the local games taking place in the area. So a lot of great things happening here at East Alabama as we enter the 2024 year. And we are excited to see everything that's going to happen. But I want to talk about some of the top performers. We talked the Holiday Hoops Classic at Heflin. Now I want to talk the Holiday basketball up in the Etowah, Gadsden area. Talk about some of the top performances. And I'm going to start with really this past Friday. Right after this past Friday. That would be the 29th. It's January 2nd. And I want to talk about Albertville's Cooper Colvin, who scored 13 points in what was a 59-44 win over Williamson. Albertville also had some strong performances from John McCullers, who scored 11 points. John Wesley Say had 11 points. And then for Gadsden, who's, by the way, I don't know if y'all have seen Gadsden's new locker room, but it is absolutely incredible. Well, Mika Merriman scored 10 points with 6 rebounds and an assist in a 48-45 win over Southside Gadsden. Devon Green also scored 15 points and 11 rebounds with 3 blocks for Gadsden. Adonis Jones scored 8 points. And for Spring Garden, it was Jake Welch who scored 17 points in a loss to Temple, Georgia. Also over the break, again, Spring Garden's John Welsh scored 17 points in a loss to Rockmart, Georgia. Connor Bates scored 15 points for Spring Garden. Jake Welch scored 13 points. Gadsden's Mika Merriman had 35 points. Listen to this. 35 points, 9 rebounds, 7 assists, and 4 steals in a win over Calhoun County's Walter Wellborn. Devin Green scored 21 points and brought down 14 rebounds with 3 blocks. How about Spring Garden again? John Welsh, 14 points. Jake Welsh, 11 points. Cherokee County's, now let's talk girls basketball. We're going to shift to girls. Cherokee County's Macy Leah scored 15 points on 5 3-pointers in a 60-58 win over Springville. Cherokee County's Mary Hayes Johnson had 14 points. Glencoe's Allie Jo Amos scored 15 points in a win over Leeds. Kinley Montgomery for Glencoe scored 14 points with 8 steals and 6 assists. Sarah Ponder for Glencoe had 12 points. And Chloe Douglas scored 11 for Glencoe. For the Jacksonville Golden Eagles girls, Heliana Lozano had 18 points in a win over Sardis. Alexis Phillips scored 15 points. And that was some top performers for Jacksonville. Also over the break as well for Cherokee County, Macy Leah had 12 points in a win over Boaz. Ava Haygood had 7 points and 9 rebounds. Ellison Givens scored 10 points to go with 5 assists. And Allie Jo Amos scored 12 points and 6 rebounds in a 20-point loss to Jacksonville. Hoax Bluff's Maisley Ball scored 24 points in a win over Pleasant Valley. And Addison Simmons scored 10 points. Jacksonville's Alexis Phillips scored 22 points in a win over Glencoe. So those are some of the top performers in the Gadsden area over the break. And also another thing that happened over the break in Gadsden, we aren't really in football season anymore, so we've kind of been wrapping up the football talk, kind of going all in on basketball and wrestling. But there were some local players in the Gadsden area that were elected for All-State. Now, what I mean is like not first team All-State. We talked about the ASWA All-State team, but now they're actually elected for State Player of the Year, and only 3 players were selected for each offense and defense across the whole state in each classification. And Cleet O'Brien of Coosa Christian was recently chosen to add another accolade to his 2023 football season. He's fresh off being named the ASWA First Team All-State. He was the overall Player of the Year for the Gadsden area. He's a Coosa Christian junior who is now selected as a finalist for the Alabama Sports Writers Association Class 1A Lineman of the Year Award. He was a key factor in the Coosa Christian Conqueror's run to the Class 1A state title, lining up at linebacker, running back, tight end, wide receiver, kick returner, punt returner. Am I missing anything? In addition to being the team's kick coverage unit. But his primary spot was linebacker. That's where he amassed 125 tackles, including 23 for a loss. He had 2 sacks, 3 interceptions, 4 fumble recoveries, and 3 forced fumbles. He spearheaded a defense that posted 8 shutouts in 15 games, including 4 in a row. The Conquerors allowed an average of only 6.5 points a game to finish the year as the top scoring defense in all of the AHSAA. On offense, O'Brien rushed for 465 yards and 5 touchdowns and caught 27 passes for 345 yards and 4 touchdowns. Clete O'Brien and the other 48 finalists from all AHSA classifications and the AISA will be recognized at a banquet on January 16th, that's 2 weeks from today, which will be in Montgomery, in which the back of the year and the lineman of the year, All-State, Super All-State teams, and Mr. Football Award winners will be announced. Congratulations to Clete O'Brien. Congratulations to all Etowah County, Gadsden area players for a great Christmas break. But guys, we're just getting started. We've got the Calhoun County basketball tournament coming up right here in about a week and a half, and we're going to be at Pete Matthews Coliseum every single night. How many nights a week? Every single night. How many nights a week? Every single night, with all the highlights, coach interviews, stats, you name it. We're going to do it unlike anyone else. Also, the Calhoun County Wrestling Tournament tomorrow. Region duels are taking place right now. And then we've got sectionals in state. And I'm going to be in Huntsville at the Von Braun Center for that state tournament. And we are going to do it unlike anyone else. Why? How are we going to do it, you ask? Unlike anyone else. We're going to have all the highlights, interviews, stats, you name it. But for me in the locker room today, that's going to do it. And we hope you have a marvelous 2024, a marvelous Tuesday afternoon, and I can't wait to see you right back here tomorrow night, same time, 5 p.m. on the Locker Room, presented by Ted's Floors and Beyond.